Hello and welcome to Money Matters. The first quarter witnessed a massive correction on the Hong Kong stock market as the quarter drew to a close. Could we see more bouts of selling in the early weeks of the second quarter? And how will our two stock pickers cope with the volatility as they join us and go head to head?
Rejoining us for this round of head-to-head is Patrick Yu, after one of his picks last month hit its target price. Nice shot in a rough market. Challenging Patrick is Dickie Wong of Kingston Securities. Dickie's first choice in this round is tried and true EV maker BYD, stock code 1211. It is the largest maker of new energy vehicles in the country. Dickie says even though its full-year earnings performance dropped a bit, he says the outlook is bright after the company stopped building its all-fossil fuel-powered models.
Because of this very positive vibe and also positive news, recently announced they are only now producing EV and also like plug-in hybrid, and the sales volume up more than 420% in March alone for a new energy vehicle. So I would strongly believe that if you ask me to just simply, you can only pick one EV automaker in mainland China, BYD definitely will be on my top list.
BYD is on track to benefit from the rosier export figures seen in the first quarter and in March. The China Association of Automobile Manufacturers reported the aggregate number of auto exports grew 58.3% in Q1, while the year-on-year March figure rose by nearly 30%. One of the key risk factors for BYD are its valuations, which have revved to high levels, making it vulnerable to a possible unexpected shock. Perhaps if Beijing were to cut subsidies that encourage the making of EVs.
This is one of the key risk factors because compared to other traditional automaker in mainland China, BYD is trading at a slightly higher PE multiple.
Volatility aside, BYD shares have made it through the market sales spree better off than its peers, so Dickie sets a target price at $250 and a stop loss at $225. Dickie's second stock is a shocker considering the ongoing Chinese and American regulatory hurdles being thrown in front of mainland tech companies. Alibaba, stock code 9988. But Dickie sees some red skies at night, as it seems Chinese regulators and the U.S. Congress's audit authority have come to an understanding about U.S.-listed Chinese company books. The threat of imminent delisting has eased.
Chinese official actually quickly responds to this incident and conclude that they can have a higher, quality of auditing and also related to other professional and practice standards for audits for all the Chinese company, they will be allowed. And a Chinese official also commented that they will continue to support Chinese companies to be listed not only in Hong Kong, but also in overseas, including in U.S. markets.
The step back boosted the outlook for business to get back to normal in the halls of Jack Ma's baby. Dickie says he wants to buy now as Alibaba's shares are trading at multiples practically never seen in big tech counters.
Alibaba increased its stock buyback program to $25 billion from $15 billion. So $25 billion is definitely really huge for even this kind of size of its market cap. So it will definitely give some kind of support to its share price.
As the risk of imminent delisting decreases, has the overall risk level faced by Chinese tech companies dropped?
Obviously, regulatory risk is still one of the top risks, not only mainland China, anti-money laundering and etc., but also SEC newly addiction of others like Chinese companies they're now currently listing in the US. But I think even they have another fresh round, a fourth round, even fifth round of addiction to the SEC at the list. The damage or the pressure to those like Chinese listed company will be diminished.
Dickey sets a target price of 117 and a stop loss of 98. Joining us again with his latest picks is Patrick Yu of Cash, whose first stock pick is the venerable mainland institution, 103-year-old Postal Savings Bank of China, stock code 1658. It was set up through the post offices of China to provide services to rural people who had no access to a typical bank. These days, it's a modern institution, but still with a historical connection to the country's postal service. And after the latest results announcement, the bank makes a pretty penny these days.
We can find that the net profit still have near 19% growth. And also we can see that the management fee and the commission incomes has more than 30% growth. If we compare it with the non-performing loans, which is very low at around 0.82%, which is 6 basis points lower than the previous year. And also we can find that the growth momentum is still very strong for this bank because its business is involved in the rural area and also the urban area.
Patrick says the bank will see as much as 20% growth in earnings in the next 2 years. The shares trade at an unexciting 7 times PE and offers a solid yield of over 4%. Risks?
Of course, the overall economy in China is growing slower, and I think that it will have a chance for the earnings to grow in a slower pace. And also, we should keep our eyes on its non-performing loans. Even though its non-performing loan is still very low because it is just below 1% compared with other state-owned banks, most of them over 2%.
Patrick sets a target price of $7.20 and a stop loss of $6.10. Patrick's second choice this month is China Overseas Property, stock code 2669. In Patrick's view, the company is the strongest property management company in the country.
Why I think that the company is performing so strong? Because its parent company, China Overseas Property, its parent company's financial situation is very good because its gearing ratio is just at around 20%.
Putting it in a good position to mop up other projects from other lesser performing property players and inject them into the Hong Kong-listed company. Some are in great need of cash, particularly the poster boy of troubled property developers, China Evergrande, among half a dozen others. China Overseas earnings growth has the potential to rise around 30% in the next 2 years.
The main risk for the China Overseas Property Management Company is the overall property market is slowing down, and also the property management growth is also going slower pace, and because it is not trading at a very single-digit price ratio, if the earnings growth rate is slowing down, I think that it will have a chance for the market to reevaluate its valuation.
Patrick sets a target price of $11 and a stop loss of $9.20. We'll review Patrick and Dickey's stock picks in 1 month to see who comes back to go head-to-head. Russian coal and gas paid for in the Chinese renminbi will reportedly begin to flow into China this month. The two countries aim to maintain their energy trade in face of growing international calls to sanction Russian energy. Bloomberg says the first cargoes are set to arrive this month. These will be the first commodity shipments paid in yuan since the US and Europe penalized Moscow. They also cut off several Russian banks from the international financial system. Russia was China's #2 coal supplier last year, filling the gap left by Beijing's trade tussle with Australia. Moscow is also offering rupee-to-ruble payments to Indian oil buyers. Canada will ban most foreigners from buying homes for 2 years. The country is rushing to cool off an overheated housing market that saw prices skyrocket 20% last year. The move is seen as a warning shot to hinder new investors from China and India, the top 2 buyers. But the ban will exclude foreign students, foreign workers, and permanent residents. The measure was announced in the national budget. Authorities also said they will inject billions of dollars for new housing and help Canadians get into the market. They will roll out new policies, including changes to a tax credit for first-time home buyers.
When Money Matters returns, an upscale apartment faces downside price pressure. Stay with us. Welcome back to Money Matters. Hong Kong's residential property market is in a fragile state due to the ongoing pandemic, worsening job market, and weak economy. Owners have started to show more flexibility in their asking prices. Alice Khan checks out one upscale residential project in Wan Chai, where the average price has fallen by more than 9%.
This week, we walked down from the hill to the Star Street precinct again. In 1890, Hong Kong Electric's Wan Chai power plant was built here. In celebration of the new streetlights brought by electricity, the surrounding streets were renamed Sun, Moon, and Star. The power plant was demolished in 1922. Starting in 1988, developers acquired properties here and transformed it into a commercial and residential area, redesigning the street lamps and retaining some of the heritage. Now the neighborhood offers standalone eateries and trendy boutiques.
I would love to live in this area. I really think that it's beautiful to be able to go to all the different little hidden spots that are down the streets in this area. You've got shopping aspect right over there.
Potential home buyers have returned to have a look at the flats in the area.
At the current moment, I think both the seller and the buyer, they are still taking the conservative approach in the housing price. Yeah. The buyer, they will still try to ask for the biggest discount as possible under the fifth wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. But for the seller, actually, they are seeing that the situation which is resuming to normal, so they will have a hesitation to offer a further discount. But at the moment, they are still trying to attract the buyer to come to see their house and complete the deal at the current moment. So they are not very eager to adjust the price upward.
This 22-year-old luxury property was built by Swire Properties. It has 2 blocks providing 329 units. A lot of the tenants are expats. The sizes range from 561 to 1,510 square feet. Prices dropped more than 19% in March. The average transacted price is $28,221 a square foot. So, are there units that can be nabbed at a discount before prices start to climb back up? This 734 square foot flat is on the high floor. The owner used to lease the flat out, but now he wants some cash to purchase another flat. The owner is asking $28.5 million. Let's check it out.
This flat has a very open view.
Yes, this is the biggest selling point of this unit. Let me show you.
Hey, what's over there?
You can see a very open mountain view. There are a lot of trees, and you can see the mid-level. And up there, you can also see the peak. That one is a Hong Kong Electric headquarters office, a green roof. There's the small building. It is a reservoir, and also the reservoir playground.
Now the view is nice, but is the view permanent?
It's unlikely to have a building here because you can see down there, you can see a marble path. There's a playground on the marble path, and there is a reservoir. It's hard to have a building here. See there?
Abundant light comes through the large window and brightens up the unit. The living area is 250 square feet, and the efficiency is high.
Oh, it's quite spacious. How do you lay out the furniture?
Yes, you can put a sofa here for 6 to 7 people. Even you put a sofa here, you still have a lot of space to put a coffee table here.
Then how about here?
You can put a cabinet here, and then you can put a TV on the wall, and you still can place some photos or painting here.
Well, this area is quite practical. Can we put a large furniture here?
Yes, you can put a large furniture here, and you can also put 2 sofas here facing the window, and you can enjoy the peaceful view.
The open kitchen makes the unit look even more roomy.
It was a wall, and the entrance is here, but the landlord knocked it down and change it into an open kitchen, so it makes a lot of space to use.
Does the countertop is larger?
Yeah.
The electrical appliances are still in a good condition. A bar table separates the kitchen and the dining area.
You can use the bar table to have a breakfast, lunch, or some light meal.
Then what if the tenants want to have a party here? Can we fit a large dining table here?
Sure, you still can put a large dining table here for 8 people easily.
Next, we check out the rest of the unit.
It has 2 bedrooms here, so we can see the master bedroom first.
Hey, that's a wooden panel here, and what's that for?
It's interesting design by the landlord, so that the visitor they cannot look straight into the master bedroom while they enter the unit.
The bedroom is 100 square feet, overlooking a mountain view. The landlord placed a bed in the middle of the bedroom.
Is it a double bed or king size bed?
It is a standard double bed. And you can see, even the landlord put a double bed here, you still have a lot of space to walk around.
Then can we fit a king size bed or queen size bed instead?
You still can put a king size bed here, but probably if you want to put a king size bed here, you have to put the bed against the wall.
The landlord put a long table against the wall.
This bedroom doesn't have space for wardrobe.
Oh, let me show you another bedroom.
The second bedroom is slightly smaller at 80 square feet.
Where is a walk-in closet and office?
It's designed for the walk-in closet and office. So the landlord intends to rent it to some young professional or young couple. You can see there's a lot of wardrobe. You can put a lot of clothes, long dress in the tall cabinet.
With the built-in wardrobe and shelves, there's no space for a single bed.
How much does it cost to remove all those fixtures? All these are built-in fixtures.
It's just only around 10 to 20,000. If you do a whole renovation for this unit, it costs around 1 million.
In general, the flat is in good shape.
Now the owner is asking 28.5 million. Then is it reasonable?
I think it's reasonable because when we look at this transaction of Starcrest, as some units are asking 40,000 per square feet, but this one only asking for 38,000 per square feet. But you are buying a high-level unit, you got a very nice view.
It is on the high side, yeah, because for that kind of unit within the Starcrest, the reasonable price should be at the level of 35,000 per square foot, which has around 10% adjustment compared with the current asking price. Even for the top floor of Starcrest, it was still transacted at around 35,000 Hong-Kee per square foot.
Kit says it may not be easy to sell the flat quickly.
People will also compare with the housing price here with that in Western District, yeah, maybe the mid-level. Yeah, you can see that when they are asking at the unit price at 30-something thousand Hong-Kee per square foot. Actually, it is quite easy for them to search for another replacement unit in the mid-level area or the western area.
The flat is very close to Admiralty MTR, and the building offers a clubhouse.
This Kmart store in Avenel, New Jersey, will close permanently next week. When it does, there will be only 3 Kmarts left in the United States. At one time, Kmart employed more than 300,000 people and had 2,440 stores.
It's just sad. This used to be a real part of America, Americana, and it's gone away. I find it sad. People that are losing their jobs, I find it sad.
In social media groups with thousands of members, people follow the slow demise of this once powerful retail institution and reminisce about family trips to Kmart and relatives who worked there. Michael Lisicki has written several books about legacy department stores and regularly visits the remaining Kmart stores.
I mean, you had all the appliances, you had the tools, the women's had the children's clothes, and the kids, come on, you had toys, you had sporting goods, you had candy, you had stationery.
Kmart's decline has been slow but steady, brought about by years of falling sales, changes in shopping habits, and Walmart's looming shadow. Kmart struggled to compete with Walmart's low prices and Target's trendier offerings. Kmart filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in early 2002, becoming the largest U.S. retailer to take that step. A few years later, hedge fund executives pledged to return Kmart to its former greatness, but the recession and the rising dominance of Amazon helped to derail those goals.
Kmart is a victim of serial incompetence with regard to its historical leadership. It's had a variety of folks running the business who were either not paying much attention to competition or attempting to do things which frankly resulted in the ultimate train wreck, which is bankruptcy.
Off camera, a woman who worked at the store for 30 years said she would retire. Another employee, a department manager, said he had already lined up another retail job. Even the store's infrastructure is on sale here: mannequins, cash machines, and the store's exit signs. Transform Co., the company that currently owns Kmart, did not say how long it expects to keep open the 3 remaining stores.
That's the show. Thanks for watching. Next time on Money Matters, analysts give us their take on technology, M&A, and the outlook for the mainland economy. See you then. Good night.